in Russia in 2018. Coming up against Argentina, Nigeria and Croatia in the group phase. They didn't make it out of the first. It's just takes up a few more seconds, and Cape Verde fans indulging in another Mexican wave around the ground here in Praia. This is the second goal again. Willy Semedo with the hanging ball in from the right, nodded down by Dine Borges for Willy Semedo to score the goal. Nevertheless, as it stands, Cape Verde needn't be worried at all about what Cameroon are doing, because Cameroon still being held by Angola. The other game in the group, not of any real relevance, still 0-0 as well between Mauritius and Libya. But here, Daïlon Livramento, Rotterdam-born striker playing for Casa Pia in Portugal these days, and Willy Semedo, born in France, playing club football in Cyprus. They've got the goals for this Cape Verde side. And the Cape Verde Football Federation, who have cast the net far and wide beyond the shores of these islands to find top talent, and have done so very successfully in recent years. It's two of the overseas-born players who've got the goals, which have them on course for the victory they needed. And what a home record they have here in Praia. Unbeaten, no goals conceded. And if it's been a Monday off for the supporters here, for many people in this city and around the archipelago, well, it's going to be a Monday night of celebrating long into the night, I imagine, for many people as well. Cape Verde on the brink here of securing World Cup qualification. They just need to see it over the line, but Eswatini have... So Willy Semedo, the number 16 in midfield, and Willy Semedo, the number 17, who got the second goal, are the two players coming off here. We're going to see Laros Duarte and Telmo Arcanjo coming on. Well, Laros Duarte plays his club football in Bulgaria, and Telmo Arcanjo, Portugal-based number 18, who was dropped from the starting lineup today after scoring Cape Verde's first goal in that 3-3 thriller against Libya the other day, comes on as well. There is Laros Duarte. The shot coming in from Arcanjo, but the Cape Verde supporters, Sifiso Ntibane's Eswatini side, holding them goalless at the break, but Cape Verde coming flying out of the blocks at the start of the second half. That's the second goal again, scored by Willy Semedo. Here we see the moment when the Eswatini goalkeeper pulled up injured. I'm not sure if Shabalala's really going to be able to continue here. This is the first goal. Willy Semedo's ball in, not dealt with by the Eswatini defence, and Livramento on hand to score. He's on loan at Casa Pia, the Portuguese top flight from Hellas Verona, for whom he got just one goal in Serie A last season, but 4 already in this World Cup qualifying campaign for him in the red t-shirt. 5 years into a remarkable reign, 2 appearances at the Africa Cup of Nations under his stewardship. It will not be there in Morocco in December and January. It's the irony of it all. A magnificent World Cup qualifying campaign, but they finished bottom of their AFCON qualifying group with just 4 points. They missed out as Egypt and Botswana qualified. Just 1 win in 6 games. That came against Mauritania. It was not a glorious campaign at all. And yet they are going to top their World Cup qualifying group. Ball into the box. Touched on by Pico Lopez. It nearly turned into a very useful pass, that, for Arcanjo. Gets it to Telmo Arcanjo now. Featured at a World Cup, they'll be there in North America. winners of a group containing Cameroon amongst others. The shot coming in from Gary Rodriguez turned out a good save by the goalkeeper, really. But the danger wasn't completely cleared. Stopira following in. That wraps it up for Cap-Vert. And would you believe it, it's the veteran Stopira, brought on really as a gesture by the coach Bubista for the last few moments. A player who has played such a huge part in Cap-Vert's development as a footballing power really in Africa over the last decade, gets the goal which confirms, absolutely guarantees their place at the World Cup next year. It hadn't been in doubt for some time really. They've been cruising through this second half since getting those 2 goals in quick succession after the break from Livramento and Willy Semedo. And now the number 2, Stopira, makes it, brandishing another yellow card in a moment. And still they celebrate, and I suspect the referee will be brandishing another yellow card in a moment. Yannick Tavares Stopira, 37 years old, made his debut in 2008 in a qualifier for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. He probably never imagined that all these years later, Cap-Vert would be actually qualified for the World Cup. They've played at multiple AFCONs in the intervening period. Stopira returning to the field in the colours of the national team for the first time in more than 2 years, making it 3-0, the most handsome win here in this World Cup qualifying campaign. I'd like to say it was never in doubt. There were a few shaky moments, I think, in the first half when you wondered if they might get caught out, if it wasn't going to be their day, if Cameroon might pounce. He'll gladly take the booking. He embraces his coach Bubista as well. This is the goal again. Gary Rodriguez, one substitute. There's another substitute. Diroy Duarte couldn't force it over the line, but Stopira does. 3-0, they lead Eswatini. They knew that a win would get the job done today, and they're going to get that win. And the celebrations are going to be quite something in a few moments here. It was far from certain that they could do this when they had 4 points from their first 3 matches. But the reaction since then has been just astonishing. It's going to be 6 wins and a draw from their last 7 games. There was a wobble, of course, in Libya a few days. Bubista's all smiles. There it is. There is the full-time whistle. And the celebrations can begin for real now, because Cap-Vert have qualified for the World Cup. Let that sink in. And even with the expansion of the World Cup from 32 teams to 48, this is an astonishing achievement for the island nation. They have been capable of competing with the best that Africa's had to offer, though, over the last decade. Several appearances at the Africa Cup of Nations, including a run to the quarter-finals in Côte d'Ivoire at the beginning of last year, but never before had they made it to the World Finals in Côte d'Ivoire at the beginning of last year, but never before had they made it to the World Qualifiers from Africa to secure a place in North America. 0-0 between Mauritius and Libya. Cameroon finishing in 2nd place. There is the final standings. Cap-Vert 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat. What a fantastic. There is the final standings. Cap-Vert 7 wins.